Hey, this is Ivan from getivan.com, and I'd like to welcome you to the first sort of preliminary case study, public case study for my new PR service, Proclaim, which focuses on high-ticket press releases. So this is an example of a report that you might receive after a successful press release has been published. So here's the title for this particular case study: Fort Worth, Texas SEO expert, Google Marketing Consultation, updated services launched. So that's the news angle right there, updated services, right? And the reason is that I figured, well, there's a better news angle would be the fact that I'm ranking in hundreds of cities internally inside of Upwork, more than any other freelancer I've yet to come across in America and in Canada in particular. So it's a huge, it's a great news angle for success on Upwork, for example. But I figured, if I could actually demonstrate the significance of the results from one of these high ticket press releases using a really low level news angle, that would be even better than using a more powerful news angle, because from this point, we can only go up. You know what I mean? So just by announcing, hey, I've got updated service lists, and here's what I do, just a basic announcement, we've been able to achieve some extremely impressive results. So let's take a look. This press release was done June 13th, which was yesterday. Today's June 14th, and I'll prove that here in Google in a second. And we see here, congratulations, your press release has been submitted and successfully published on at least 347 sites across the internet. And that's within just a very short period of time, a matter of a few hours after the initial release was published. So we published the release, and then after a few hours, we take a look and we see, okay, what have we achieved so far? And this is the number we serve out. It will be picked up by more over time, but we don't provide live tracking, okay? So that's something to keep in mind. But as you can see here, it includes local news sites under internationally recognized authority brands like ABC, Fox, NBC, etc. The main thing here that I want to show you in just a second, there's a link here where we can do an exact match search on the title of our press release, and we can see how many pages Google has discovered and indexed on that exact PR title, right? And I'll show you that in a second. Here's the exact PR details, the exact release here. Or at least that's a part of it. There's some parts that I don't see there. That's a part of it though. And then finally, the distribution details of all the things that we index 347, we actually list them out for you in a CSV, and you can go and do whatever you want. If you want to ping to those, that's up to you. Or you can just let them index naturally. So you can see here we've got things on ABC 6 and NBC 10, CBS 12, ABC 8, NBC 25, just all over the place. KUSI San Diego. Star Telegram is the main newspaper publication here in Fort Worth. So that's a pretty big deal. Just all kinds of major local news sites. And on top of that, we have another section here that talks about, that we have been able to successfully submit the press release to various major content providers and media archives like Associated Press, LexisNexis, MarketWatch, etc. And from there, a bunch of bloggers and journalists can make a decision on whether or not they want to use the press release in whatever content they want to write. So, pretty awesome stuff. Let me actually show you by clicking on this link here some of the fruits of this. I'm going to click on this exact match link here, and we can see that already in the last 13 hours since the release was published, that we've already been indexed in Google in about 43 of the listings have already been indexed in Google. as being current events, as being live news, okay? And we've got things here like NBC 12, CBS 8, all kinds of things like that, right? And I'll show you some of those in a second, but I made a discovery earlier and I was looking at this that I think is really profound. I think it's the main thing that people are going to be excited about, or at least one of them. Let's do a search. Actually, let me show you the current time. Current time in CST is 10:38 a.m. June 14th, 2000, Wednesday, June 14th, 2017. So you know that this is live, right? Okay, so Fort Worth SEO consultant or consultation. I think it was consultation. I don't remember. I think I misspelt it by accident. Consultation. We can see this. These are live results, okay? Here, 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. That's the title of our press release, published 13 hours ago. So Google's even saying, hey, we picked this up 13 hours ago as current events. It's on KTRE. Let's click through it. ABC. That's a local news station for ABC. And if we scroll down, we can see down here that it's for Texas. So this is a Texas local news station, okay? And we can see here, published Tuesday, June 13th, 2017, around 9:24 p.m. Central Standard Time. Updated Wednesday, June 14th, 2017, around close to 8 a.m. this morning, Central Standard Time. And we can see the press release here, including the picture that I submitted. My busy businessman, SEO picture, And it also features a link to my Upwork profile, a link to my Upwork agency profile, a link to my Upwork freelancer profile, right? So Ivan Lippens, a link to my Upwork agency profile, which is getivan.com. And then finally, we have a local citation, and we also have a link to my main website, which is not live. It just has a coming soon and a contact information. But still, just really awesome. We've got content, we got links, we've got that citation, and I can't guarantee this for anybody, of course, but it's not uncommon that one of these citations has the power to put a business in the Google Maps 3-pack. Like if my getivan.com were live right now, it might have been strong enough to put that in the 3-pack for some powerful SEO terms. It's hard to say, but my point is that those citations are really strong, and they're not something to scoff at. And clearly, this had the strength to rank within not even 24 hours. It's only been 13 hours. So it's ranking for Fort Worth SEO consultation. And this is probably ranking for other kinds of terms. I'm not really sure. But, this is the bottom of the barrel. This is just, hey, updated services, and if this is if that's what this can do at sort of the bottom, and you have even just a small news angle, just expect the results to get better and better. But even so, even if you're just announcing, hey, here's what I'm doing, a grand opening or whatever, you can expect some pretty awesome results. This is great for reputation management, social proof. You can legitimately put in a banner as seen on ABC News, NBC News, Fox News, whatever. You can actually put those things now on your on your website as social proof. So it's pretty awesome. And in time, I'm not sure about now. I doubt that it's updated yet, but in time, some of this stuff will probably rank for my name, Ivan Lippens. I don't see anything yet, but in time, I'm pretty confident that it will. So it's good reputation management. Let's take a look at some other terms. Let's look at Fort Worth SEO specialist. Let's see if we got anything there. No, nothing there yet. But I wouldn't be surprised if something came up in the not too distant future here. It's only been, keep in mind, it hasn't even been a day, so over the next month, this is something to keep an eye out for. And, I'm going to be doing a follow-up to this. This is just a preliminary, case study just to see, okay, what have we observed in the last 13 hours, So that's all I've got so far. Even so, I think those are some really exciting results. And, if you're interested in getting something like that done, just contact me. I appreciate your time, and keep your eyes and ears open for a follow-up to, how this case study is doing over the next month. I'll catch you later. Thanks.